Welcome back to Rogue Trader. Let's see if we can get Edelthrad to survive at least. So we're not the only person from this dynasty that's gonna be alive soon. Reinforced thermoplast and low capacity fuel tank. Okay. This does not look good though.
Compared to naval service, that was barely a challenge.
The horrific vision is a product of the warp energies that permeate the bridge. Yeah, okay. I think we're gonna do a coward save here. Just to see what happens.
The first sacrifice opens the eye. The second sacrifice draws its gaze.
Jabs, you're here. But where is the Lord Captain? Well, Theodora von Valatius is dead. I found her and the Arch Militant in her study. God Emperor preserve us. The rogue trader is dead. The ship has lost her captain and the house its head. Edelthrad shudders and grabs his shoulder. As you watch, the sleeve of his jacket bursts open, and two bone growths pierce through the fabric. No matter what ritual Conrad is performing there, the warp is too strong. I cannot withstand it. I feel my body changing with every second. The warp ringing in the air. This is the end. We will perish in the warp along with the Warrant and all the dynasty's heirs. The enemy of humanity has triumphed. Idira looks anxiously at Edelthrad. She then glances back at you. I've seen it before. We'd better get away from him. The changes are already accelerating. I forbid you the very thought of yielding. Only by resigning to your fate will you truly suffer defeat. Words worthy of a righteous soul. Hell yeah. Save the lofty words for later, will you? The navigator's ready to take the ship out of the warp if he gets some help from the bridge. Edelthrad stares at you and his eyes harden with cold resolve once more. Then we have no right to bow our heads. I mean, that's correct. You can see Konrad Vogetvir clearly in the gloom of the bridge. The broken blade he is holding is stained with dark drops that seem to have a pearlescent glimmer to them. We're out of time. Edelthrad bites his knuckle. Desperately thinking. You see a wave ripple across the white of Edelthrad's eyes, and they begin to turn a sickly yellow. Let's go to the party. Ready your weapons. If we are to die here this day, let us die with honor. No, Jabs. To die altogether is to allow the flame of the dynasty to perish in the dark. No, it will not be like this. Not today. Edelthrad lowers his head, then he sighs and locks eyes with you. His gaze cold, hotly, and fanatical. The ritual will not be completed. I'll take care of it. And you, see to it that the void ship breaks free from the warp. Watch over our realm, and farewell. Accursed traitor, a time will come when you bleed for her ladyship Theodora's murder. Remember my words, for they are the vow of he who marches towards his death. What? Theodora is dead? Vogitvir stares at you in seemingly genuine bewilderment. No, that can't be. Not now. I still haven't.
Your ritual won't be finished, heretic!
The Emperor is with us!
I will take you down!
So momentum. To use the unique abilities called heroic acts or desperate measures, momentum is required. Depending on the actions of your party in combat, the momentum bar will increase or decrease. A high momentum value allows a character to use a heroic act. A low value grants access to desperate measures. Both abilities can completely change the course of a battle, but every party member can either use one or the other, and only once in a single combat. Okay. This is a big boy. He does a lot of damage as well. That's kind of rough. I mean, I think we're getting in position with the melee boys. Enemy status. You'll encounter enemies with various abilities and features. Oh, this is the thing that we saw before. Yeah. But this guy didn't have a status, but he does have Toxic Spurt, which makes a toxic zone. He has Rending Scream and Devourer. Oh, he can eat friends. Interesting.
Who if not me?
What? What did you just do? Swung in the air, apparently, is what you just did.
I didn't flinch.
Clearly. So the Rending Scream caused bleeding. Nice parry there. We don't need to cleave. Your character has just missed. To increase hit chance, equip your character with a decent weapon and place them on a vantage point. Abilities and talents that improve the weapon skill characteristic will help you hit more often in close combat. For improved marksmanship, learn talents that increase perception and ballistic skill characteristic. Okay. That's fine. So either... I think we use Brace for impact here.
It will be done.
Why are you laying down? That's unfortunate. She does have a chance to hit on the Forge. Yeah, so we can use Firearm Mastery here.
How
Let's do that. Yeah, that's fine. We'll just keep shooting here.
I'll do it.
Wonder how many we can shoot.
Pain and duty go hand in hand.
So he just ate a random person or what? Yeah. Okay. Interesting thing that I can't read. Okay. Well, I think she is done.
Just a minor setback.
So let's do
Anything else?
analyze on that guy. I don't know if this is gonna do any friendly fire or what. Well, let's see. Killing those two so this can't heal is probably a real good thing. Jabs can unfortunately not do anything. Healing in combat. You can use a medkit to restore your party members' wounds in battle, treat an injury, or get rid of certain negative effects. If the character is injured or afflicted with such an effect. The character has a medkit equipped, its icon will be displayed on the bottom left. If no such icon is present, open your inventory and equip a medkit by double-clicking on it. To use a medkit, select its icon at the bottom of the screen, then click left mouse button on the character who requires treatment or their portrait. A character can only use a medkit on a target they are adjacent to. Medkits can only be used by characters who have the field medic feature, base skill Medicae, or have taken Medicae skill advancement at least once. A Medicae skill test determines the number of wounds restored. Each medkit holds 2 or more charges, with 1 charge being consumed per charge. Once used, medkits disappear from the panel at the bottom of the screen, so remember to equip your characters with new medkits regularly. Note that healing, just like most actions, spends the character's action points in combat. Yeah. Don't think we're healing though.
Indeed.
15 damage, that seems good enough. I can even escape here, but I don't think that's worth it.
Cleanses the body.
Okay. I could have moved and done a bunch of shots here, I guess.
I'll do it.
Okay, that's good.
My ears are ringing.
2 damage on a parry, I guess.
I refuse.
No. That's fine.
Anything else?
3 charges of that. It's 11 to 26. That's a heavy attack, dude.
I'm not so sure.
Yeah, that's too far, is it? No, I don't think... You can hit this guy, though. And also hit this guy. Let's consume those stacks. Then I think we shoot.
But of course. I have brought your downfall.
That's fine. I don't think they can do enough damage, maybe. But I'm not in a good position here with jobs. Okay, so he can finally do something. We're gonna use Endure. I'm gonna use at all costs. And then...
I won't compromise my principles.
we can do this.
It's as good as done.
I think that should inflict bleeding on it, yeah. Good. It's a nice parry. Let's endure here. And
Brace yourself.
yeah. I think we'll just stay there.
I will bathe this battlefield in righteous fury.
How long does this toxic thing work? Maybe because I was standing in the thing, right? A 95% chance. But it's not a surefire kill.
Doubt is for the weak.
I don't know if that was worth it, dude. I think we'll just take that chance and see if we can kill it. Yeah, we killed it. Good. That's good. Can gain some more momentum, but I think we'll wait.
Will do.
Let's keep going with this.
On it.
We do have exposed weakness on it.
Anything else?
On your side.
Oh, bro.
remember?
Bro. That's not okay. Oh, okay,
You
let's
should feel
let's
honored
use
to
this.
witness this.
The daring breach.
I'll make it happen. Who if not? On it.
It's fine. Okay. Nice. This is real annoying here with this.
The enemies of the Emperor will be undone.
Let's heal up a bit here.
As the Emperor commands, I act. Can I fall back now? There is movement in the Imperium.
Okay. I mean,
was it you or?
see if we can get that debuff up again.
I'll see to it personally.
Not dead yet.
Hold on. Stay with us.
I'll do
We
it.
kill it, please. Okay, so traumas. Once a character has suffered a certain amount of injuries, these injuries are replaced with a trauma. Make use of medkits in time to treat injuries to avoid characters suffering traumas. Removing traumas is a much more difficult task. They can only be healed by resting on the ship or in certain other places suitable for rest. Yeah, but I mean... the guy got smacked, what can I do? So we have another talent here. We've already taken contempt. So the question here is... what was damage deflection? Do we have any damage deflection? No, I don't. I think that we are getting thick skin here. And then I think we take weapon skill, yeah? Okay, and then this guy... okay, I can't click that for some reason. I think we take thick skin with you as well. And weapon skill for sure. And then we have... intelligence or perception? I think we take intelligence here. And then choose a common talent. Actually, I have no idea. I mean, I kind of like this. When the Psyker uses a damaging psychic power on targets that are 6 cells or farther from the Psyker, the target suffers an additional ballistic skill bonus damage. Let's take that. I just randomly clicked that. Let's take that. Seems fine. And you take ballistic skill for sure. Rapid reload. Reloading costs -2 AP less, minimum 1. The first reload in combat does not cost AP. Rack and ruin. After the soldier deals damage to 3 different enemies. No, no, no. We had something here. Yeah. Fired up. We're gonna get this. Because we took the crit thing before, right? So it makes sense. Cool. Sounds good. Let's loot. Blade shard. A blade made from mysterious metal that shimmers with unnatural colors. And we have gloves of endurance. Whenever the wearer of these gloves gets an injury or falls unconscious in combat, their allies gain a +1 bonus to damage. And then we have Iconoclast Follower. Requires Iconoclast Follower. Each heroic act used in battle increases the wearer's dodge by 20% until the end of combat. That's something for this guy, I think. He has that thing. I can use this on this guy, I guess. That's fine. I think she is dogmatic actually, right? So maybe she's gonna get the... Didn't equip that at all. Okay. So where do we go now? Where do we go now, my guy?
I always keep my options open.
Master Helmsman, I guess. Ravor. Master Helmsman, system status report. By the Emperor, it's the Sunshell, living and breathing. The white-haired man with sickly pale skin salutes you. Well, there's a tricky question. The whole place is so overgrown with foul wickedry. We'll be scrubbing it off the vid screens for Throne knows how long. How did you people survive in here? The man glances around the bridge. Must have been Providence. It's better have been the Emperor's, not someone else's. When they barged in here, the ones with the Master of Whispers, some officers charged them, but it wasn't even a fight. I grabbed whoever I could and dragged them behind the cogitators, then I prayed for a rescue. Well, we need to re-establish contact with the Navigator's Sanctum. It's our only chance of escaping from the warp. Your words seem to knock the officers out of their stupor, and the air around you fills with voices and commands being issued. You hear someone sobbing, one of the survivors, buckling under the stress. Abelard cuffs the crying officer without even looking. Restore the Vox channel to the Navigator's Sanctum, ready the crew, prepare for translation to real space. Abelard pauses for a few seconds before turning to you. Jabs. You may call me superstitious, but translation is not a good time to disregard rules. You're the only one who speaks for House Valentius. You may not be the Lord Captain, but you, more than anyone else, deserves to take our place in the ritual that is about to commence. He directs your attention upward, to the throne that sits at the apex of the tall staircase. Okay, what must I do? Take the Lord Captain's seat, order the final preparations, wait for the officers to report. Blast it all to the void. Translation is a craft, not something that can be explained in a tick. Just go up to the throne, Master Jabs. These people are about to do the impossible. The least they deserve is the solace of seeing a figure sitting in the usual spot. Please hurry. Every second we waste is a terrible risk. The image before you is hazy, swaying in sorcerous currents, invisible to mortal eyes, as if whatever is beneath this thin shell is constantly changing, while still remaining the same. It has taken the guise of Theodora, but the false rogue trader's eyes reveal the enemy's true, or the entity's true surreal nature. One of Theodora's eyes is engulfed in otherworldly fire. The other, a vessel of ancient evil, bores into you. A voice seeps directly into your brain, without even reaching your ears, and the voice booms with all the horrors of the warp. Mortal, who are you to oppose the very flows of fate? The vision lowers its head, its harrowing gaze boring into you. For but a moment, something changes in Theodora's expression. It almost looks like a shadow of fear. It matters not. Your footfalls are an echo of the sand pouring between the scales. Your hopes and faith are my mockery. What do you want with me? Your head begins to spin, and vicious drops slither down your cheeks. You blink, and you're no longer looking at Theodora. It's the traitor Vogetvir, just as fluid and ephemeral as the previous apparition. The same terrifying voice seethes from his lips. The aspirant vowed to return with a trophy, a relic that could serve the edge of daybreak. That fate was assured, and the steps chosen. And yet, you broke the unbreakable when you took the aspirant's place. I see you, on the day when the final dawn rises over the Iron World. I see you by my side. On that day, the day of my resurrection. The image is scattered by invisible sorcerer's winds, and you see Idira, her eyes aglow with the same sinister flame. Your image is woven into the tapestry of things to come, and I am the will of the weaver of destinies. And today I will weave a new thread of elusive possibilities and fickle chances. The thread that will lead you out of the maw of irreversibility. The thread that will help you find the key to salvation. The thread that will guide you on the weapon of our return to me. A cavalcade of hazy glimpses of a future yet unknown passes before your eyes. A flash of crimson, purple, the images replace one another in a violent kaleidoscope without ever letting you take a proper look at them. Through the rippling mirage, you see a twisted image of Abelard, the loyal seneschal of the dynasty. The path is set, child of the dawn. The thread is woven. Follow it, servant of mine. Braver turns around and looks up at you. He hesitates for a few moments, then addresses Abelard, who is standing next to you. Seneschal, the navigator's sanctum is silent. The Vox signal is stable, which means... The navigator gave his life battling the storm that nearly claimed the von Valancius flagship. We will honor his memory along with that of all who died this day. Braver does not look away. He is giving you a hard stare, his white brows furrowed. Seneschal, will you tell us now, who is that? Where is the Lord Captain?
As First Officer, it is my duty to inform you, with the greatest regret and indelible sorrow, that Lord Captain Theodora von Valancius is dead. May her memory never fade from the annals of the dynasty. By right of blood succession, and with the absence of other kin who could challenge this decision, it is hereby declared that the successor to Theodora von Valancius is her heir, the rightful inheritor of the warrant of trade, and the title of Rogue Trader. The official ascension ceremony will be held at a later time. In the interim, have you lost your tongues? Hail your lord. It is because of his toils that we all still live. The deed is done, Master. My apologies. I meant to say Lord Captain.
The treachery of the Master of Whispers was fruitless, but victory came at a great cost. Lord Captain Theodora von Valancius perished along with her heir, Edelthrad, and thousands of crew members. second in line to the rogue trader dynasty survived. To hang the ancestral banners once again, and exact vengeance on the enemies of House von Valancius and humanity.
Deep shadows of wariness can be seen on Abelard's face. Though the old officer's eyes are keen, they rake over you from head to toe. He frowns, mutters something, then nods to himself. Well then, your lordship. You had us worried for a few hours there, Abelard offers a thin smile. But after witnessing you fearlessly rush into the fray on the deck, the only thing that surprises me is how long you stayed on your feet. Your strength only left you once the fighting was all over. Such fortitude is most admirable in a Lord Captain. You must now hold your first officer's briefing in your new role as Lord Captain. For many of those who are about to join us on the bridge, this will also be their first briefing. We sustained massive losses among the senior and middle-ranking officers. Some posts have had to be filled by deputy, while others go unfilled entirely, and now the deck clans are deciding who will take over the leaderless crews. How did we come to lose so many officers? It appears that the heretics were deliberately targeting the vessel's command. They knew exactly whom they were looking for and where they could be found. Which is unsurprising given that their informant on the board was our own Master of Whispers, Abelard grimaces. What's in the agenda for this meeting? Reports on the condition of the ship and crew. The Lord Captain is not usually drawn away from her important affairs to attend, The Lord Captain is not usually drawn away from her important affairs to attend such routine briefings, but this is a unique situation. I'm still receiving updates from across the ship, and they're not encouraging. Getting this bird to fly could take us a gargantuan effort, so even so far as you personally negotiating with the authorities of the system we're currently in. So prepare to hear a bevy of complaints and excuses, your lordship. Take this opportunity to get a good look at the officers who work 6 decks away from the bridge, and they in turn will have the honor of beholding the visage of their Lord Captain. Have you succeeded in tracking down Vogetvir? Abelard grit his teeth. No, Lord Captain. In all the commotion, his trail went cold. Our people are still on the hunt for him and any mutineers who may still be sulking in the ship's many corridors. But frankly, I would not be surprised to hear that we are now 1 shuttle short. I'm afraid that it will be some time before he answers for all that he has wrought. Okay. I'm ready to start the briefing. Summon the officers. With a gesture, Abelard relays the order to the adjutants at the far end of the magnificent chamber. Okay, I have found a consumable item. Okay, wow, it's kind of weird. A dozen pair of eyes bore into you, the expressions revealing restraint, joy, curiosity, and wariness. Attention officers, you've been granted an honor. Lord Captain Jabs von Valancius will personally conduct today's briefing. Our most gracious Lord Captain is ready to hear your reports. Perhaps you would introduce those present, Abelard. As you wish, your lordship. Abelard points to a tall, slender woman, whose body seems to contain as many implants as it does flesh. Vigdis Thuriotta of the Tolliman line, our new Vox Master. It's an honor to serve your lordship. The Vox Master offers a deep bow. Aboard this vessel you have at your command thousands of crew members and hundreds of officers and section chiefs. I'm responsible for receiving, processing, and sending all communications between you and them, as well as external sources. I'm your eyes and mouth, Lord Captain. Besides her is Ravor, the Master Helmsman. He steers our ship along the course set by the Lord Captain and monitors the void around us, to ensure that we do not stray into an asteroid field or a pirate trap. The bearded man with pale, almost transparent skin, large dark circular circles under his eyes, and a dour expression that seems hardwired into his face gives a sullen nod. Hey, Lord Captain. This here ship is as good as home to me, so rest assured she's in safe hands. I'll die before I'll let her come to any grief. And lastly, our High Factotum Janris Danrock, who oversees supplies, procurement, and the general material well-being of the ship. Dressed in an embroidered jacket, the heavy-set man with an oiled hair offers an obsequious smile and bows. It's an honor, your lordship. You may trust me with all matters concerned your comfort. Everything will be done to the highest standard. In the second row, we have the 3 officers charged with overseeing the ship's vital functions. Master of Ordnance is responsible for artillery. The Infernus Master, whose crew work to prevent and extinguish fires on the ship. And lastly, the Drive Master, servant of the Omnissiah. The Omnissiah is the machine god, a supernatural entity, god of all knowledge worshipped by the Adeptus Mechanicus. The 3 officers salute you. The Infernus Master does so with confidence, while the Master of Ordnance betrays nervousness. Drive Master offers a salute resembling a dance, involving the complicated manipulation of the tech priest's mechandrites. Yes, that's a tentacle-like robotic limb, prosthetic, surgically attached to the spine. Thank you, Abelard. Greetings to you all. I serve at your pleasure, Lord Captain. Okay, let's start from the top. I wish to hear the Infernus Master's report. Yes, Lord Captain. The tall young man bows his head in deference. I can report that all fires across all decks have now been extinguished. The preliminary damage assessment in terms of material losses and crew casualties have been completed. The results have been submitted to the Seneschal and the High Factotum. The post passed to him after the previous Infernus Master and his next 3 deputies expired in the line of duty. Abelard remarks in a low voice pitched for your ears only. The lad is managing well so far. He can take the heat, so to speak. Okay. High Factotum, what do you have to report? We're toiling day and night to compile a full account of the losses. The task will require next to no involvement from your lordship. I'll personally ensure that all damaged components are given into the tech priest's hands for attention, and that all lost supplies are replaced. There is only one resource that I cannot replenish single-handedly, and that is people. We've lost more than 2,000 crew members, and unfortunately this number is not confined to the scum of from the lower decks, which are easily replaced, but also includes trained professionals. We will be able to make up our losses on the nearest planet, Rykad Minoris. However, the planet, the whole system in fact, belongs to the Winter Scale Rogue Trader dynasty. We cannot simply begin recruiting on the planet without first coming to an understanding with the governor. In that respect, I am powerless. Negotiations at this level are a matter for the Rogue Trader. Especially true given Caligos Winterscale's penchant for attacking first and asking questions later, and that kind of thick-skulled thugs that he usually instills as governors on his planets. Rumbles Abelard, frowning. Drive Master, I will hear from you now. A voice distorted by a Vox retranslator emerges from under the tech priest's scarlet hood. Lord Captain, the foes that set upon this noble void ship destroyed the repositories of hundreds of machine spirits. The great warp engine entrusted into my care is unharmed, thank the Omnissiah, but its spirit mourns its dead brethren. We have not yet identified a prayer protocol capable of assuaging its sorrow and anger. With great sorrow, I must also report that the Engineer Prime, Overseer and Spiritual Authority of all tech priests on board fell in battle. The Magos was betrayed by the little flesh that remained part of him, a most terrible loss. There's no one among my comrades whose experience and comprehension of the sacred protocols equals that of the fallen Magos. We require a replacement, and as soon as possible. Thank you. The tech priest bows her head. Master Helmsman, deliver your status report. Right you are, Lord Captain. To cut a long story short, the outlook is bleak. The ship's sound, more or less, but without our Engineer Prime and Navigator who fell in battle, we have no way out of the system. If we try to set as much as a toe inside the warp, I don't know what will happen first, our warp drive being torn to pieces or all of us melting into the bulkheads. Your Lordship, if you allow me to interject. When we arrived in this system, my crew followed the standard protocols and conducted a count of all available communication channels in the region. One of them was a Navis Nobilitite station, which is an ancient organization of noble mutant families whose genes allow them to safely guide warp-capable void ships through the Immaterium. The station maintains complete Vox silence, but even its presence here inspires hope. To have located a navigator in the very same system is an incredible stroke of luck, a true blessing from the God Emperor. If I were you, I'd grab this chance with both hands, or else you'll soon be eyeing up asteroids to use as your new residence. In slightly less shitty news, we can go round and round the system till our heads are swimming as long as the Prometheum and supplies last. And if any thick as Gok's shit lowlives come sniffing around, we'll be able to take them out. So don't you worry on that score. Master of Ordnance, do you have anything to report? The Master of Ordnance gives you a gloomy look. No. My job's simple. Maintain the arsenal and fire where I'm told. But just ask anyone. We've got no able crew, no, Lord Captain. Master of Ordnance, you forget yourself. The Master of Ordnance chokes back on the words he was obviously about to blurt out without thinking. He casts another look at you before lowering his gaze. I apologize profusely, Lord Captain. Pardon the fool. This ship is in ruins, every other officer is dead, and the Lord Captain is no longer with us. Fear has taken hold of me. But I've heard of you, oh yes. Your fame has reached even as far as the Expanse. I can't be showing myself up in front of an illustrious person such as yourself. He adjusts his uniform and stands rampant straight. The Master of Ordnance can report that the rest of the arsenal has been saved and the battery is in good order. We are ready to fight if that is the Lord Captain's will. Okay, so to summarize, we have sustained serious losses in crew members and we require a new Engineer Prime and a Navigator. Is that all that is preventing us from continuing the voyage? Precisely, Lord Captain. But bear in mind, this will not be the end of our trials. The ship's systems must be properly inspected for major damage, which can only be carried out at Footfall Station, home to the only dockyard in the sector. But we'll never reach Footfall without first solving these three immediate problems. So Footfall is a massive void port on the edge of the Kronus Expanse and a notorious hotbreed of vice, trade, and rogue traders' intrigue. What can you tell me about the system in which we currently find ourselves? I cede to the Vox Masters on this point. Mistress Tolliman. We're in the Rykard star system, and our voyage here was undertaken on the orders of your lordship's predecessor. There are 3 inhabited bodies in this system, and our attempts to send Vox messages have produced confounding results. The Navis Nobilite station has not simply failed to answer, it seems to be maintaining a total Vox silence. However, we did receive a distress signal from the prison planetoid in the system, and Owlcat Minoris itself is also not responding to our hails. But what is most alarming is that our augurs have intercepted signals from the surface that seem to be indicating ongoing hostilities on the planet. So an augur is a sensor technology that allows Void Ship to scan planets, spot enemies, and obtain various kinds of crucial data at great distances. The situation is not very encouraging, but without a navigator, a tech priest, and new crew members, we won't be able to travel anywhere. Therefore, we must go to the planet and the Navis Nobilite station and find out what the void is going on. Thank you for your report. Dismissed. The assembled officers salute you as one. Your lordship. There is one other thing, a confidential matter of the utmost importance. Lady Theodora Abelard hesitates. Your eternally esteemed predecessor brought the ship here to this system for a reason. She was giving a secret commission. You perhaps are wondering who has the authority to commission a rogue trader to do anything. And I shall tell you, the Lord Inquisitor, the hand of the Emperor, the chief architect of his will in the Kronus Expanse. Yeah, and we already read about the Inquisitors. I would be honored to fulfill the Inquisitor's commission. What is it he asked of Theodora? Lady Theodora was to seek out the Lord Inquisitor's right-hand man, one Heinrichs van Kallox, an interrogator, you understand. All I know is that he is somewhere in the system, that we must find him and offer him whatever assistance he requires, and then deliver him to Footfall in the Ferbundius system. Finding him without any more information to go on will be difficult indeed, but an Inquisitor is an important individual. The authorities in the system, either the Navis Nobilite or the Governor of Rykard Minoris, may know something. That is all of it, your lordship. You have a great deal of work ahead of you, but it is a mere taste of the daily burden of a rogue trader. Soon you must take up the reins of the von Valentius Protectorate. Abelard gives you another scrutinizing look, as if trying to gauge how long you'll hold out under this mountain of problems. His face softens slightly, and it seems like he's about to offer some words of encouragement. That I didn't get to see. Idira, Sister Argenta, explain yourselves. The Sister of Battle grimly nods towards Idira. The Psyker is suffering some ailment, or dark madness. She insisted on seeing the rogue trader. I judged that it would be unwise to leave her unsupervised. For a brief moment, Sister Argenta's voice sounds hesitant. I was also hoping to approach you with a personal request, but it can wait. Speak to me when you have time, rogue trader. Idira's glazed eyes rove over those assembled. One word bursts from her lips. Daybreak. Idira, come to your senses. Damn it. Idira presses her fingers to her temples in desperation. Your lordship, here's the thing. I was trying to see the immediate future, and it hit me so hard my head is still spinning. Something very strange is heading our way, and I can't make out what it is, no matter how hard I try. A single word is all I can make out, daybreak, or maybe it's dawn. And it's ringing and ringing like an echo. Like a bell. But if it is daybreak, then why it's so dark? You cannot extract any information of value from a single word. Can you tell us anything else, Mistress Talas? No, not yet anyway. The voices are going berserk, all shouting at once. I can't make any sense of it. As soon as I know or sense something, I'll report it, alright? Lord Captain, if you want me to take a closer look into your future, find me on the bridge and we can talk. Lady Theodora was well served by my whispers on many occasions, and I'm sure you'll benefit from them as well. Okay. If there's nothing else of value to report, I declare this briefing concluded, not conducted. It is time to get to work. Okay. Use the system map in the center of the bridge to issue commands to the crew. Kronus Expanse map. I just want to take a look at this quickly to see. Star systems. The events of Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader takes place in a vast region of space known as the Kronus Expanse. This sector is composed of numerous star systems, many of which you'll get a chance to visit. You'll find yourself scouring the void in search of routes leading to new uncharted systems, discovering more routes as you explore the Expanse. What you see before you is the map of one such system. Each star system contains objects you can interact with. Such objects are marked as points of interest. Move your ship to a point of interest, then click left mouse button on it to initiate an event or open the planet view. Okay. Unidentified void ship. This is the prison planetoid. And this here is the thing. Okay, so we have 0 people, 0 provisions. Okay. There's a lot we can do here with the ship as well. There's a lot of ranks here. Apparently I am the Supreme Commander. This is something related to other stuff. Okay. I'm not sure we want to upgrade any of these things right now, because I have absolutely no idea. What they mean. Oh, okay. I can just click and move around. Okay. Back to bridge. Cool. I think I would like to explore the ship a bit, talk to the companions again, and then I think we're going to that station to get the warp guy, or whatever is happening at that place. Anyway, that's gonna be it for this time. Hope you guys are enjoying this game as much as me. Thanks for watching and have a really nice day.